Okay, I'm back. Just want to continue my repair here. It's actually been about 10 minutes. This is already pretty much completely hardened. So now I need to go ahead and fill my hole in where the crack was. It doesn't matter if this material is really thin or really thick. This is extremely thick material, but the repair would be the same. First off, on your fiberglass that you're using, I found that the fiberglass can use a pretty darn good filler for the epoxy, because this epoxy is not reinforced. It's going to be really nice, strong, durable, but actually having some fibers in it will create a lot more strength for you. So you can use your fiberglass to create what's called filler. I'm going to cut the ends of this off because this is fiberglass tape, and I don't want this big long strand in my mix. But from here, I can just sit here and slice this, and it's going to kind of make a mess. That's why I'm using a cup to put this in, especially out here in the wind. I'm cutting it diagonal to where I'm cutting it bidirectionally, to where every piece ends up kind of separate, which is nice. But anyway, I've already done this with a little bit of cloth. It doesn't take much. I had probably about 3 times that what I'm doing right now, and I've got plenty of fiberglass in there for this repair that I'm doing. But anyway, moving on. Again, prep work. Since this would be on the outside of the boat, I'm probably not going to want to sit here and scrape up the entire kayak. So I'm going to be careful and just sand real close to my repair area. And this is just a little, obviously not a part of a kayak, so I don't really care if it's an extremely good bond or not. Still using 50 grit to 80 grit sandpaper on this. But just really sanding around the area. And again, if I'm working with polyethylene, I want to polarize the material. Be real careful on your fiberglass. It probably would have been a good idea to polarize both sides before I place my fiberglass, because that is going to be very easy to burn. So I'm just going to kind of hit the outside of the material, inside a little bit. And that's all I'm doing right there. You can see how I'm kind of burning my fiberglass. I don't like that. So it would have been a good idea to have polarized this before. And I actually hit this a little bit too much. Got over anxious there and melted my sand work. That's fine. It's, again, a test piece. So sand really good with your 58 grit sandpaper. Polarize the material on both sides. Then go ahead and do this repair. Not bass backwards like I just did. So again, I'm going to pour out some of my epoxy. There we go. This stuff isn't too expensive. It's about $3 for this little thing. This actually makes a really good repair material for on the water. I've heard a lot of people say, well, bring duct tape, but if you actually want to do a decent repair, that is very small and can be packed away fairly easily, along with a little bit of fiberglass, and give yourself a little bit of a repair kit to where if you ever busted a hole in your boat or anything, out in the sun, this stuff dries super fast. Again, with that hair dryer, this stuff set up in like 5 or 10 minutes, so it wouldn't take long at all. I've actually seen people repair their boats with this material while on the water, out in the middle of a really big lake, and do just fine with that. So now I'm just going to add in my little bit of filler material, and that's way too much. There we go. And this is going to just add in kind of a fluffy little paste. And I still think I added in way too much, so don't add in that much. And then go ahead and force this into the hole. And I added way too much of the fiberglass. You only need about 1/3 of that or less. And from there, I'm going to go ahead and apply tape over it. So give it a little bit of a cleaner look whenever it's done. The type of tape I really like for doing what I'm doing right now is actually a packaging tape, but I didn't really look that close, but I didn't really find any packaging tape in my house at the time. And I can really feel the heat already on that, so this should set up real fast. But there we go.